morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is October the 11th, 2021, and today the topic is renewing your mind. Good morning, everybody. It's Monday. Happy Monday to everyone. I hope that you all had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. My weekend was just fine overall. Had a really, really good Saturday. Obviously, I guess I was in hostess mode, so there was some things I didn't get to do. But man, we had a great time celebrating our little man NJ's birthday. Those of y'all that are following me here on Facebook, you might have seen some photos and videos from our time at Chuck E. Cheese. Then afterwards, he had all this birthday loot that we went through. We did get a chance to open it while we were there at Chuck E. Cheese, and so we opened up all these gifts, and he just was so excited about everything. And then, you guys, you may have woke up to a video of him saying thank you to everybody and everything like that. So needless to say, he had a great weekend, I believe. Shout out to my fam. They supplied the cake. Really cute cake in the shape of a 3, and had some new cars on there because he is fascinated with cars these days. I don't know why I told people that, because now he got even more cars. Well, yeah, man. He seemed to have a great time. Everybody that came seemed to have a great time. I was kind of like, I thought I was going to be playing a little bit more than I did. But even so, man, I had a good time, I guess, delegating and making sure everybody else was having a good time. But, I guess we're going to be doing something like that all over again on Wednesday, because that's my husband's birthday. Don't worry, I don't think we're going to Chuck E. Cheese or nothing, but we're going to have an adult turn up, featuring a family turn up, put it like that. It's going to be family style turn up, adult style on Wednesday. We're going to fold the child. So speaking of, let me go ahead and put it on the table that I did enjoy the pizza and cake. Now, good for me, in spite of how big the cake is and how much we done came back to the house with. Thank you to the guests that did not take none with you. I only ate one slice of cake on Saturday, and I ate one slice of cake yesterday. So that's something for me, because listen, man, I done told y'all I'm a cookie, cake, brownie, Rice Krispie. That's me. Cupcake, that's me. I enjoy those things. And so on a normal situation, Miracle probably would have had at least multiple pieces of cake throughout the day. So for me to only have had one on birthday day and then one on the next day, and it all depends on if my husband takes the rest of it to work or not. I told him he might need to, but I don't know if he is going to. So that's going to determine if I have some cake today. Because my thing is, you don't want all this cake to go to waste, and can't let NJ eat all of it. So somebody got to help him. Look, that probably was a no. That probably was a no. My device fell when I said that. Uh-oh. Well, we're going to see what happens. But, yes, this is going on with that. Yesterday went fine to family time, just here at the house, chilling, letting NJ play. That's pretty much what yesterday looked like for us. I got up this morning at the time of my alarm and everything like that. Started my morning routine. Was a little distracted when it came to the prayer meditation. It seemed like it was good, but I don't know, my mind was just all over the place. I can't explain, I guess. But afterwards, it took me a couple minutes to kind of get focused on like what to talk about and everything, and came across this post that led me to thinking, got me to thinking, as I say. Somebody brought up an artist, an African American artist, and they're like, oh, well, why is it that people say that when it comes to this artist that they sold their soul to get where they are, but then when it comes to they named a Caucasian millionaire, apparently, that's all I know about this person, but anyway, Caucasian millionaire that named this person. But you don't hear nobody saying nothing about this person. Like, when it comes to this person, it's like, oh, he worked hard for his. But when it comes to this other person, they so. Now, some people was commenting under it or whatnot. But what I saw and what came to me as I was reading it was that it's not that the people aren't calling that person out too. Is that you only see the African American person. That's what came to me as I was reading that this morning. And so, again, it got me to thinking about just all of this stuff that's going on. Because then there was another post that I came across that someone else was posting about someone that has been found, his body was found, missing organs, and all these different things. And then even as I was doing the prayer meditation today, I heard Amber Alerts coming in about a abducted child. Listen, like, it's funny because I think I said it yesterday. And I was like, well, husband, sorry you married a conspiracy theorist. And he's like, well, you didn't start out that way. And I'm like, I don't necessarily feel like I'm a conspiracy theorist, but at the same time, people that their minds aren't open to things that I've been sharing here. Even though I think I have been sharing in a roundabout way, because I share a lot on here, you know what I'm saying? But, there's just some things that I don't necessarily feel like I'm a conspiracy theorist. It's just, it's being shown to me that there's much more going on than I realized. Again, I think, interviewing a human trafficking survivor, after, hearing the reports and whatnot, of different things that are happening. I just think if you want to see and hear things, then we're going to have to renew our minds. Because again, with us being so closed-minded to a certain extent, then you're not seeing and hearing all information, and then you're confused as to why this and that is going on. I say, and I don't know, this may make me sound closed-minded because that's the way people think these days, but I say we need to be renewing our mind to the things of God, and He is going to reveal these things. I feel like that's all I've done. At the end of the day, the more that I've gotten into the Word, the more that I've allowed, the more that I see. I'll just put it like that. The more that I've gotten into the Word, and the more that I've been, blessed to see in this season. And like I was telling my husband, like, even though I may be called a conspiracy theorist or something like that, I definitely feel a lot better being aware than to not be, than to be in a place where I'm like confused, or be in a place where I'm not privy to all the stuff. Now, again, I don't think overwhelming yourself and allowing yourself to be bombarded by all the evil and whatnot, I don't think that's good either. I think, again, the focus should be on God. But all I'm saying is, the more we focus on God, focus on His Word, then truth will come to the light. Things will be revealed. You will be able to see, when it comes to all of these things. And so, I've asked myself, I'm like, Lord, why can I see all this? Why is it that I can see all of this stuff now? And, either some others can't see. Now, again, I know that's, the Word says that, the God of this world, lowercase g, blinds the minds of those individuals and whatnot. So, that's the simple answer of why. It's just really something to think about, y'all. It really is, because I hope and pray that things continue to come to the light and everything like that, and then that one day people will be able to see so we can all understand a little bit more, and turn to God, and to repent, and all the things that I guess will come with the knowledge of the truth. But again, I guess for me, as I reflect on this today, it all comes down to renewing your mind. So let's get into what the word has to say. Romans 12:2, it says, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect." This verse is not new here on the Juice. I mean, if you listen to me at any point, you probably heard me share this multiple times. The main thing again that I get here is do not be conformed to this world. So again, like I'm glad that my eyes are open in the season to see and hear the things that I've seen and heard. Sometimes it does get overwhelming. Sometimes it's one of those things where it's like, well, what can I do with this information outside of sharing? What else can I do about the things that I'm seeing? What else can I do about the things that I'm hearing? Obviously, I guess now I can pray about things specifically. That's one of the beautiful things that come from knowledge, from knowing what's going on. Because then you can pray specifically about it. Take it to God and everything like that. But at the end of the day, again, not only do not be conformed stands out to me in that verse, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. When I looked up the definition of renewal, I didn't write it down, and I guess I should have. What can I say about it real quick? Can it come back to my remembrance? I don't want to misquote. Y'all can look at that on your own. You can put that in the Go Deeper section. I hope that you guys do that. But let's keep going. James 1:8. It says, "He is a double-minded man, unstable in all his ways." At the end of the day, we got to make this choice. Ultimately, either you're going to renew your mind or you're not going to renew your mind. Either you're going to conform to this world or you're not going to conform to this world. If you're standing in the middle and straddling the fence, as they say, then you're what they call double-minded. And it says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. That means any and everything. You're unstable. Like you're not stable. How else can we say? What else can it be said? Again, that's something to think about. But I think that's the ultimate choice at the end of the day. Either going to do what the words say or not. Either you're going to believe or not. Either you're going to be stable and or not. These are the choices here. So hey, again, I think it behooves us to renew our mind. But anyway, let's go. Ecclesiastes 7:25. "I turned my heart to know and to search out and to seek wisdom and the scheme of things, and to know the wickedness of folly and the foolishness that is madness." Again, if we want to get some understanding, we need to go to the one that created us all. Go to the one that can give it to us, can give us that wisdom and all the things that we actually seek. I feel like at the end of the day, again, a lot of the issues stem from us being so closed-minded in this area, us just not opening our mind to the things of God. And then, again, when I was talking to my husband about, being a conspiracy theorist, quote unquote, the other day, and I just was like, the thing was, there were things that stood out to me, and whatnot before I got more information, or before I got the information that I'm receiving now, there were things that stood out, but I just didn't understand like what was behind it. I didn't understand like why I was noticing things. Like one of the big things for me that I was noticing before I got the information that helped me get an understanding of what's going on is this. I mean, you have to really think about it, but I'm just gonna put it out here and you can think about it on your own. Basically, one thing I noticed is the repetition when it comes to movies. Like, and I wondered about that. I'm like, why is it that Hollywood is making the same movies over and over again? Like, why? At the end of the day, I've known so many like independent people that are creating so many beautiful stories and so many beautiful things, and just great art and great work. And then Hollywood is repeatedly putting out the same stuff. Why is that? I didn't think about it that deep, but I just was like, man, like after a while, even as an actor, it was like, you find yourself, you auditioning for the same plays over and over again. You auditioning for the same, like, why is it? Is there anything new? Like, I mean, I know the word said there's nothing new under the sun, but so that was one of the things that stood out to me before. One of the other things was noticing that no matter where I looked, and well, this is something that I guess I got better understanding of afterwards, but it's like repetitive messages. Like you could be watching a show that represented people across the country, but they say the same things that the people up north and then the people down south, and they saying the same messages over and over and over again. And it's like, man, all these different people, different communities, different, and again, as an African American person, we are very diverse, right? And we're very, very diverse in thought as well. But it's like that isn't necessarily represented when it comes to the media. Like it is a little bit, but not really. If you really think about it, like if you really like pay attention to like the stuff they're saying and the message that is constantly being put out, it's like, I mean, goodness, can we see some? I mean, can I be represented on it? I mean, goodness, can I have like, can I see people I know on TV or something? Because I don't feel represented, and things like that. And so, so again, I mean, hey, we gotta renew our minds in this area, y'all, because the more we allow these things to lead and guide us, then the more, when other things are going on, then we're confused as to, it's a conspiracy, right? Everybody's talking about conspiracies, but then, I mean, y'all see the Amber Alerts, right? Y'all see the missing kid posts, right? Y'all, I mean, this ain't the first time I heard a man been found without organs and whatnot, but y'all think everything's conspiracy. Okay. Like, it's just one of those things that, unfortunately, it's like a lot of things don't necessarily hit home with us mentally until it happens directly to us. And I mean, I just feel like there's a lot of ways that we've been forewarned about a lot of stuff. And until we renew our minds, right, and listen to God and all those different things, then we're going to continue to be confused. We're going to continue to be asking these questions that is like, at the end of the day, I mean, even if you heard this person sold their soul or whatever the case is, and then you're like, oh, well, you're not saying that about the man of the other race or whatever the case is, it's like, now I've heard this about all kinds of people. And at some point, it can't be conspiracy. Like, at some point, something, I mean, if there's smoke, there's fire, in my humble opinion. But I'm going to keep going. I got one more verse for you. 2 Corinthians 10:5. It says, we destroy arguments and every lofty opinion raised against the knowledge of God, and take every thought captive to obey Christ. This is what we need to do. Again, I feel like the more we do that, the more that you'll get an understanding, the more that you'll be able to see and hear, and the more that you'll be able, spiritually you'll be able to discern. But until then, if we keep focusing on the things of this world, we keep focusing on, like them first verses was saying, let's go back to that real quick. Keep focusing on conforming our mind to this world and the things that's going on in it, then we're just gonna continue to be confused. That's all I see. And there's plenty that goes against God. There's plenty that goes against the knowledge of Christ and all these different things. So we have to be intentional about taking our thoughts captive, taking every thought, as it says here, captive to obey Christ. I believe that's the start. Renewing your mind, that's the start. And then as your mind is renewed, you'll be able to see, you'll be able to discern, you'll be able to get an understanding of the things of this world, and then I guess ultimately what God wants you to do about it. So that's the juice this morning, y'all. That's the juice. But the Bible verse of today is Psalm 121:2. It says, "My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth." Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, with the Lord's will. Bye-bye. Hello everyone, it's your girl Miracle Sims, and you already know that your girl is now an author, and my very first publication is none other than a creation inspired by the juice. That's right, friends, you can go on Amazon.com and find the Juice 30-day Bible study journal. And this, friends, I hope and pray will help you create your own Bible study experience similar to the one that your girl here shares with you every day here on God, Sex, and Love.